Fortunately, last about 5-10 years, the IT has been developing in a big way. Lot of development taking place for us. So most of the management process can be very simplified using the IT. So that's what we are going to talk about. Now, I plan to talk basically about 5 major issues. Number one, I introduce the subject in a very simple way. Then we talk about why the factory management system is very important. We are going to talk about it, especially the role of quality in the factory management. Some idea we have done some work in the area. We are going to give you some idea about it. Then coming back to the main theme of this day, namely integrated quality management system. I am going to talk something about it. Then we come back to we are currently developing a system in IIT Bombay on web-based system for the quality management system. I will give some idea about it. Then we will conclude. Okay. Now, the first when you want to talk about one can see the industry today, some of the most commonly referred to competitive factors, somehow see that there is a variety of factors we refer to today. Number one always stands for quality always. Unless a company achieves excellence in quality, company cannot survive. Quality is the number one almost all competitive factors. Then of course quality has to be particular cost anyway. Quality can't be at a very high cost. It has to be low cost anyway then we have the functional performance of the particular system, also reliability of the what we deliver to customer. They are also very important. Then the delivery time when the customer wants it, the whatever response customer requires, I think you have to deliver to. Then product support. We are talking about styling and the design for the aesthetics. They are also very important. Then the marketing, the customer support, the customized product. Then talk about the innovative product. Some of the factors which are really quite relevant today. Now, one can always notice here very important factor being quality here. So, we are going to talk today about why quality is so important, how quality can be handled in a very simple way. Okay, we are going to something about it. Now, we have, as I said, we have done some work basically. You see the one of the very important thing, world class manufacturing. Today people talk about that. After the very purpose of improving manufacturing to become world class. The term world class manufacturing has been misunderstood sometimes. There are 4 or 5 important elements of world class manufacturing. Number one, if you see that people say that the essence of the new approach to product quality. Now, company can call itself world class, but suppose the company cannot achieve very good product quality, company cannot call itself. So, there was some new way how do you manage the product quality. That is why after all customer sees the product, customer uses the product, unless product given to some quality level, customer will not be happy about that. Second important element of this is just in time production. When someone says just in time production, we are not talking about zero inventory system here. When the customer wants delivered to just in time, whenever he wants, wherever he wants, support delivered to just in time, that is the second important part, world class manufacturing. Third important attribute of world class manufacturing is the change in the way the people are being managed. Today, whole industrial world undergoing major change today. Now, no longer hierarchy is going to be there. Everyone is empowered. People have empowered the system then. Unless you empower the people, I don't think people can manage effectively. Very important asset of any company is going to be the human resources. The fourth important is the flexible approach to customer requirements. Now, customer may not really want to buy whatever you have with you. Customer really wants something else. Unless I can deliver to customer what customer wants, customer will not be with me. So, there was some approach for how do you really flexibility. Now, then finally, any company has to be agile. By being agile, the variety of parameters being referred to today agility then. Fundamental agility means that our customer responsive. If customer wants something, are you able to respond to the requirement. Now, as earlier said, world class manufacturing, the primary requirement we said quality management. So, today we are going to talk a little more about this. Now, in the last about 7 to 8 years, we have been doing some experiment in IIT Bombay. In fact, we have developed some system, basically kind of ERP kind of system developed. First started activity about 1993, we started this activity. We had a major project supported by Government of India. The software called CAFMS based product. Now, CAFM basically is going to be a software which is supposed to be helping factory management. Now, the first product came out in 1997. We already given to about 30 engineering colleges this product. This product is almost a mini ERP. Now, the last about 3 years after 97, what we did was we also thought earlier version of the CAFM did not have quality management. So, everybody asked industry where is the quality, because we didn't really realize that those days quality very important at that time. So, last 3 years people everyone says yes, quality has to be a very important component of this. Now, we developed some of the modules. Second version of the CAFM we have with us that was released about a month back. This is called the CAFM 2000. Now, CAFM 2000 was a very important module in terms of quality management. That's a very important module there. Now, one more product we have with the basic class SimSip. Now, the last 2 years we have been working on a project primarily for the focus of. Now, there are variety of companies wherein products are made to engineered order. A customer comes, customer says, I need so and so product. The company has to engineer the product, make the product, deliver to the customer then. So, we develop one more software basically for this. The product styled as SimSip Enterprise 2000. There you can see number 6 basically here, number 6 module is quality module. Now, I am going to talk about what essence of this particular module, quality module, what all it does, how the module has been made web enabled, how anybody anywhere sitting across the country can use the software very easily. Okay? So, some idea I will give you about this. Now, we just say that one of the important links here, say one of the weakest link in the industrial system, somebody says that people are really found, based on our own interaction with the industry, we have found out that quality seems to be a fundamental problem. So, the basic question comes in, how do you solve this problem? How do you help industry solve this quality problem? So, that is what we are going to talk about now. Now, I am trying to show one small, one cartoon on the next page. You can see that. Now, today if you go to industry, you go anywhere, what we come across today, if you see that, basically this kind of this problem. There are small problems, but people really do not know how to solve the problem. To solve a small problem, people make it very, very complicated. It is a nice cartoon given by R.K. Lakshman. Really perhaps it shows how our system daily work. The quality can be a very small problem, somebody does not take into account of that small problem, one can lead to all kind of complications. These are things happen almost everywhere. So, therefore, quality has to be really paid a lot of importance in. Yeah, now I show one more caricature there. So, usually what happens in this system industry, people really make mistakes, people make small blunders. But they do not normally accept them, they do not normally agree that this is a mistake, they are that exploited. They will try to use the blunder. So, quality primacy, quality does not system that way. Now, wherever there is a problem, identify the problem, wherever the requirement to solve the problem, that is what quality is all about. Now, having talked about quality, now we have defined what is quality basically. Now, quality you can see that can define multiple ways. You ask anybody, people define multiple ways. The term quality, as I am concerned, I can always find 5 fundamental levels of quality level. Number 1, we all talk about conventional classical quality, we say conform to specifications. Almost about 30-40 years, people are talking about, as long as I know specifications, as long as I can really conform specification, I have quality. It was a myth. People really say that the so-called specification, who gives you? Specification given by somebody else. Now, unless customer says specification, customer implies specification, customer derives specification, conform specification does not satisfy customer. Second level of quality came up, people say quality means fitness for use. Yes, what I am going to make should be usable anywhere, wherever customer is, should be used by him. Third level important thing came, customer satisfaction then, customer either implies or specifies, third important level came about. The fourth important level today we were talking about, quality is that which is going to minimize societal loss. When I say societal loss, I mean three fundamental costs basically. Now, number 1, the cost of the manufacturer. Number 2, the cost of the customer or the user. Number 3, cost of society. Quality is based only when all the costs are minimized. Now, so suppose customer says my cost minimized, society cost is going to be more, there is no sense in quality. If manufacturer says my cost minimized, the customer cost is going to be very high, of course satisfied. Now, basic idea to be, now what is that level of quality wherein I am able to minimize somehow all the 3 costs, namely customer cost, the manufacturer cost and societal cost. Then of course, we have the ultimate quality we have is called customer delight. Now, customer actually says something basic quality, so something attractive quality. Anything which you give to customer should have basic quality and attractive quality. That conforms to these two, the customer delight. So, quality we define in 5 levels now. Now, the basic questions, if someone has solved the quality problem, you have to ask questions. Every question has to be answered in the right possible way. Now, there are 5 fundamental questions anyway, if you say quality. One is, now do we know what is right? One of the very major problem in industry today to exactly know what the customer wants. When I say do we know what is right, I simply mean that now do we really know what my customer wants? What is right quality? The second question comes in, now can we do it right? Yes, I know what my customer wants all right, now can I do it right? Do I have the capability? Does my process have the capability to really meet what my customer wants? Is it possible? Third one, are we doing it right? Are we following all specifications, all the procedures? The fourth important question comes in, now did he do it right? The final one, could he do it better? Today, almost all the quality management systems today, we see them all over the world. They are always try to answer all these 5 basic questions. Namely, number 1, now do we know what is right? Can we do it right? Are we doing it right? Did we do it right? And can we do it better? Now, only see one small aspect. Now, are we doing it right? It's not correct. Somebody did we do it right? It's not really correct then. Unless someone says all 5 questions. Now, do we know what is right? Can we do it right? Are we doing it right? Or did we do it right? And can we do it better? Unless we combine all of them, now comes about. Today, my theme is going to be on how do we link all these 5 questions. This one talking about integrated quality management system. Now, how do I make it web enabled? We will see something about it. Now, the basically quality, you see that now usually what happens here, you can see that this is what normally happens. One can see it here. Now, there are 6 basic figures here. Some of you must have come across these figures. Now, those 6 figures are supposed to be only catered to one single requirement, namely customer requirement. The last figure is what the customer wants. However, every functional organ of the company perceives the product to be different. When everyone thinks what it does right, this is what happens. This is the source of the quality problem today. Go to any industry, see them. What the market wants, what the sales orders, what somebody designs, what somebody makes, what somebody installs, what the customer wants, they are not same. This is why I am saying that we need to have integration. Okay. Now we usually what we do in the industry today, when you go and sue them, most of the quality problems are solved or almost on troubleshooting, almost on firefighting. It is nothing other than simple reflex action. That is what people do. There is a problem, somebody wants to solve the problem. Somebody wants to solve the problem, only fix the problem. When you just fix the problem, do not understand the problem, everything comes about. Now, quality management per se really says that please do not reflex action. Plan everything, think about everything, do whatever you want in the right possible way. Now, this is what basically it is all about. Now, we will come back and see what is needed for this, something we will see. Now, there are conventionally see the literature, see the research papers, see the industrial applications. People have been using variety of ways anyway, how to solve the quality problem. Traditionally, maybe over a very long time, people thought quality means only inspection. I do whatever I like, somebody inspects, somebody says whether good or bad, nothing else. Whatever bad, do not send, whatever good, send to the customer. Traditional approach, really not very good at all. I add my value, somebody says everything is bad, somebody rejects them. Not a good idea at all. Now, second important concept people tell something, whenever there is a problem, they do not solve themselves, they call an expert. They are a consultant goes, they solve the problem. Whenever I solve a problem, the basic problem solution, all go with the consultant, nothing stays in the company. Nobody learns the company for what is required then. That is the second approach. Third approach, people collect data from the system, do all diagnosis, understand, infer, solve the problem. Third approach seems to be, this is a sensible problem. The fourth approach, what we have been going for quite some time, people say empower people, motivate people, only speak to them, educate them, train them. Now, this all seems to be a good approach, because TKM approach. Then we come down to the fourth one. All the engineering people think that everything can solve automation. I really do not agree with that. Now, unless you really educate people, raise the level of them, automatic system perhaps may not be good at all. Unless, okay, then the last approach we are talking about basically how to develop a systematic way. Enterprise should be integrated in a particular way. Now, actual quality management calls for application all of them. So, this is what we are talking about, how do you apply them. Now, maybe fortunately we are a system wherein IT can be used very effectively for solving all these problems. Now, we will see what else we have then. There is a systematic procedures, it lasts about 20 years or so. Excellent things are really come about now. Now, focuses on the quality development. What do I say? Now, what is my quality? Now, do we know what is right? Can I develop the quality norms, quality standards, quality specifications? So, basic quality development. Second important level, we say quality maintenance. Yes, I know what my quality is, I maintain quality, I use the quality. Third level, I will use the quality, I have to improve myself. When I don't improve myself, I have to do quality improvement. So, 3 fundamental concepts you have then. Now, any company not able to really have the quality development, quality maintenance and quality improvement cannot really manage quality effectively. Now this is where a lot of good methods have come about in the last of 20 years. One of the very good approach came in 1981, 82, see the quality function deployment. In fact, the work came from the Japanese system. Japanese understood very well what the customer wants, how to know the customer. Now, can I know the customer for customer's voice? Can I really talk to the ordinary customer? Can I know what exactly he wants? Now, second important approach called fairly more effect, analysis is called FMECA. This is all relatively very effective method, really integrates the entire company in a very nice way. The third method we have talked about, collect data, analyze them and make a system quite robust. As your product, all your process, all your system, this is possible. The fourth approach is something called faulty analysis. Whenever there is a problem, understand where the problem is, where the fault propagation is, and the whole failure dynamic is really nicely modeled by this process. Then we have event analysis. Okay, something happens somewhere, consequently something else happens somewhere, then how the event are taking place. Now can I quantify, can I control them? This is possible. Then finally today we talk about Six Sigma approach. Now the Motorola mastered the concept very nicely then. Around 1978 Motorola had a major quality problem. So they said quality sinks, that's what they said. In about 1988, about 1995, Motorola mastered what is called Six Sigma concept. Now, really they went through an excellent process, they went through the process. Today, Motorola claims that the output, if you say that, 2 parts per million, but the defect was 2 parts per million. Now, in the next 5 years, they say that the defect is going to be 2 parts per billion or 5 parts per billion. Because basically, the fundamental idea about Six Sigma is how do you reduce variability? After all, variability is never a quality problem. Everyone knows that. Wherever there is variability, quality problem comes about. Now, how do you control variability? Now, unless a particular company goes through all these approaches and integrates very effectively, I don't think quality can be solved effectively. So, this is what we are talking about now. Now, what we have done about this problem, now I will come back and tell you what we have done for this problem, what system we have with this in IIT Bombay, how somebody can use it on the web, because some idea I will give you on this. Now coming here, now basically why we have to integrate after all, I mean, integration called for, after a quality problem is not isolated problem at all. It is a total company problem. Unless someone understands the company wide what the problem is, they can't solve it. Now the integrating become very, after all there are 4 major stages anyway. Incoming material, the process material, finished good and the service. Unless all 4 those quality being achieved, quality, customer cannot feel the quality anyway. Now only the inspection incoming and forgetting about remaining 3 processes, there is no sense in that. I am talking about how to integrate the incoming material, the process, the finished good and the service. How do you do that? Now if you are able to computerize the whole quality system, it is always possible to have what is my current status, what problem I have with me then. Now there are well defined systems of QM anyway. Once you computerize them, integrate them, it is always easy to use them anyway, it is very easy to use it. Now the major problem here is, now if you do not maintain the quality very well, do not control quality, I am going to waste my resources. By effective management quality, I am always able to maintain resource very well. This is all sometimes possible. Now, very important, what a performance company claims, there should be consistency in that. Company should say that always I do so and so. Yes, whatever, no matter what the cause is, I do so and so. So reliability performance is very important. Now, integration here helps you to achieve all the benefits. Now we will come here. The one of the major approaches, as I said, one of the major quality function deployment. We will talk something about it, a very interesting concept also, absolutely common sense. The Japanese understood the concept extremely well. This came out in 1974, about 1980 the idea came about, because the whole US industry was really surprised. How Japanese understand the customer very well, how they able to deliver to the customer what the customer wants, they are very surprised about that. Then they really went to the Japan industry, found out, they will use something called quality function deployment. Japanese companies. Now, basic idea is the term QFD basically. Now, you talk to a customer or you just have the feedback from a customer, or maybe you interact with the customer, get from the customers what customer wants. Customer may not be technical man, customer may not be qualified man, customer is an ordinary customer. Customer only know how to use an equipment system. Just ask customer's own words what he wants, basically customer functions. Now, understanding from there, understand to really satisfy customer requirement, what function I should have, how do I develop my product structure. Now, there are 4 important elements basically we have here, you can see 4 important concepts in this. This way you can see that. Now, after all, any company for that matter, there are 4 fundamental requirements here. One is called product planning. I need to plan whatever I want to plan for the customer's point of view. Now, customer point of view, customer requirement I should know now. Customer requirement should be what the product is supposed to have, I should connect them. That is the first phase here. Now, product planning calls for knowing customer needs, customer requirements, customer function, and correspondingly what the product should have in terms of product features. It is very important. Now, once you understand the product planning, to make the product feasible, workable as the customer wants it, what part should go into this? Called part planning. Every part of the product should really satisfy what my customer really wants to know. Now, once you talk about for part deployment, then you talk about the process planning. Okay, part has to be made particular way. To make the proper particular way, we have to plan for the whole processes. What are required in this case? The fourth important concept we have now. Once you know process planning, how do you plan production planning then? So, for four basic concepts. Now, we all go to any industry, people all work in isolated way. All the four, the product planning, the part deployment, the process planning, and production planning, people work differently. Now, Japanese found a beautiful way by QFD how to combine all of them. So, QFD all about business. Now, QFD is a beautiful concept, really helps in a very nice way to know about the customer. Absolutely common sense, very simple to do this. Now, this is one of the major modules we have in our own software. I will come back and tell you how QFD works subsequently. Now, I can see here, now what exactly we do here is the QFD. There is something of product deployment basically. Now, QFD, namely the quality deployment, achieve quality by deploying function. That one. Someone has achieved quality by deploying the basic function in the company. Now, what is required? Product quality deployment is very important. Now, what are products about relevant to the quality? How to deploy to the company function? That's the idea here. Now there are series of tables basically about 12 tables in the whole system, 8 tables for product planning and 1 for the process planning, 1 for operation planning, and 2 more tables for other instructions. All the 12 tables combined very nicely, understanding the customer voice, taking the customer side until the product delivered to the customer, whatever you want, everything being done in this. It can be easily computerized. It also can be computerized in the sense that it can also be put on the web, somebody can access it quite easily then, work on quite easily then. So, something we have done about this, we will come to this. Now, what are the steps involved with QFD? Somebody can see it here, somebody can see this. So, there are basically some of the serious steps involved with QFD. Number 1, I know customer requirement. When I say customer requirement, when I go and ask customer tells me, yes, I have primary, I need so and so. Ask further question, customer says, yes, then I need something else. Still ask him, what do you mean by the customer gives you some more requirement? Now, customer tells you primarily I need so and so, I need subsequently so and so, I need operation something. So, 3 basic requirements basically we have. How do you capture those requirements? Then we have to develop what are the product control characteristics. Product supposed to have some of the characteristics. Now, they are supposed to satisfy customer functionally. What the characteristics are? Second important step I should do. Third, I will have to find out now what is my role in the system, how my customer really compares me with my competitors. Am I good when compared to competitors? Now, are there any features where I am better than the competitor, or are there any features where I am worse than the competitor? Should I build up? Now, you also do the customer important rating, how customer rates all the ratings then. Then I talk about target for product control characteristics. Now, how much you have to improve? If you have to improve something, some feature, where I improve? How much you have to improve at all? So, fix it to target level. Then you come down to find that now, then what are critical components basically for improving my product level? Which component has been improved subsequently? Then I come down to this. Now, what are component characteristics? Yes, I know how to improve a component, all right. Now, what I have to improve? I improve in terms of characteristics. What is that particular characteristic? Then I go down to improve that product. Now, what my process requirements are? Which process? How much I have to control this? I go to the next step. Then I go down to this to really make a process. What my operations of manufacturing? What all I should do? What kind of tooling I need? What kind of specification I need? What kind of skill I need? Everything I do basically. Then I go down. How do I monitor them? What method to use for monitoring my whole process? Then I go to control method. I monitor them. I also control systems then. Then I go to level of inspection and what equipment is used. Right from the customer voice until what I do the shop floor, all are beautifully combined nicely then. Anybody can develop a complete document, 12 basic documents here, down the customer voice until what you do, how you go about QFD function. QFD is a common sense, extremely simple to work on QFD. Now, the second important concept we are going to talk about for integration, although there are so many approaches basically we have. The second concept, the quality cost system. Now, today we have been all the way talking about something called optimum cost, optimum quality cost. The term optimum quality cost is misnomer. After all, no company can minimize its own cost anyway. After all, as I said, there are 3 kinds of cost anyway. One is the customer cost, other the company's cost, third societal cost. Now company find optimum cost, company always minimize its own cost anyway. Now, just minimize the company cost alone, there is no sense in this. Now, the basic idea is how do you find the quality cost? What is quality cost after all? Now, 2 fundamental costs normally incurred. One is the cost in ensuring and assuring quality. What do I do in the company? Right from the product stage, right from understanding my customer, making my product, I really go through various processes. Basically, I say the cost in ensuring my assuring quality. Suppose I fail, I incur some of the cost anyway. Now, this is called cost of non-conform or cost of failure. So, 2 fundamental costs basically we have. To assure that quality is there, I incur certain costs. If we do not do that, I am going to incur failure. What is the cost of failure? So, the entire quality cost system based upon two basic concepts. What do I do to maintain quality? What do I incur if I do not maintain quality? Now, what is happening here? Now, the cost of quality divided into basically see the two. One is cost of conformant and cost of non-conformant. Now, the variety of quality cost system come in picture. One is a very popular model called PAF model. The PAF stands for P for prevention, A for appraisal, F for failure. I do something to prevent my quality problem occurring. I also assess my system, appraise my system, I incur some cost. If I do not do it effectively, I incur failure. Failure, internal failure or external failure. So there are four basic costs we have. One is the cost of prevention, cost of appraisal, cost of internal failure, and cost of external failure. Now, there is a kind of model exists today. How do you quantify quality cost in terms of your PAF model? This is the model we have then. But the only trouble here is to really understand what activity for going for prevention, what for appraisal, what for failure, very difficult to quantify. Because we have tried in some companies exactly quantify, identify activities, quantify the cost for the activities, categorizing them, not easy at all. Then came second model talking about process cost model. Somebody came a process cost model. The process cost model talking about anything is a process. What is the process? Every process will have certain input, certain output, certain procedure and control. Every process. Now, to input, I incur some cost. Output incur some cost. Every control incur some cost. Every procedure incur some cost. Now, every process identify what are input I have, what output I have, what methods I have, what control I have. Identify find the corresponding cost. Now, we have recently we developed our own system basically. Yeah? Recently, we developed our own cost structure. This is called the product life cycle model. Both the PAF model and the process cost model, there were certain problems. Recently, we have identified maybe more relevant for the quality would be identify product life cycle cost model. For every product goes different stages anyway. Now, some of the stages are basically see the product stages here. Some of the common stages everywhere. See this. Now, these are stages basically. Every product will go through different stages. Maybe product concept. You just develop the product. A product design stage, product development stage, process design stage, the process development stage, the product output planning stage, process management stage, assembly stage, the handling stage, packaging stage, or dispatching stage, logistics, servicing warranty procedure. Now, maybe easier for me to identify various things under this stage rather than anything. Therefore, one can always identify whatever I do for quality in terms of every stage. It's quite easy then. Once somebody knows what is being done in a company and every stage, then you have to subdivide them into what are the cost goes manpower, what are the cost of material, what are the cost of equipment, what are the cost for the tool space, so on, so can be easily identified. Further, they can subclassify into my cost of failure, cost of prevention, and cost of appraisal. We have developed a nice model for this, fully computerized, really become quite effective. Now, this model also part of my system. I will come back and tell you how to use system now. The quality cost system, as I said, very important, quite relevant. Now, really you want to integrate a company, entire system, one can always integrate to the quality cost system. Quality cost can be for every stage, one can identify quality cost for every entity in the system, also for every kind of failure. Now, here we are coming to the major part. Now, having told you something about the quality, some idea of quality, having said that we have to also maintain quality, then we have developed something called application service provider for the quality management. As I told you, we have certain software with us, factory management, we already have something with them. Those softwares have got very important quality module anyway. Those modules can be used on web base. Now, what we are talking about, why we need it after all? See, today what is happening, the most of industries do not want to buy the software for their own. One can buy a software already, software become obsolete maybe a couple of years, technology changes. Whenever technology changes, the company incurs loss, nobody wants it. But somebody gives a facility for the share the facility or software facility, they might come to you then. Now, we all talk about web-based system anyway, we talk about web-based system. Now, can I have service provider somewhere? Can somebody access to this? When they access to my system, they can always use whatever they want. They don't use them. They use them and then withdraw themselves. Whenever they want, they can use them. So, this is what we are currently thinking on this product. Now, our whole software what currently we have has been being converted into the web enabling now. Now, the idea here is that this particular software should have system, procedure and facilities to gather data, very important. Every quality problem calls for what the system is, what the process is, what the data is. Now, collect the data, analyze them, understand them, then also try to project them, what will happen in the system now. Once I know what the impending problems are, I can really find a solution and solve the problem. Now, all this really calls for expertise. I don't know every company employ experts solve all this problem. Idea is that now facility can be existing somewhere, maybe IITs or someplace. Somebody access the software quite easily then and use them on the web. That's the idea of the software. Now, ultimately people want to solve the solution, whether you want to give them software or they want to enable to the web, whatever. So that's the idea of this software here. Now, I just give some idea about what is the idea in the software, what goes into this. Now, this is what we have. You see this. This is what we have. Basic software currently we have. The software called SimSip software. So one of the important modules you can see that module number 6. You can see that quality manager. Our dream is convert the entire software to the web compatible. This is what we are trying. Maybe in about some time, the whole software will be web enabled. Now, right now, for next about 5 to 6 months time, we are converting the quality management module into the web compatibility basically. Idea is that there are three levels of applications possible. Level number 1, anybody can subscribe to a system, anybody can become a member. You just come to a system, whatever problem poses that, there are some experts in the system anyway. Okay, maybe IIT for instance, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Kanpur, whatever we have then. So there are some experts now. Now based on the problem, expert will tell the company, okay, what they have to use, what method they can really employ. There are so many methods can be employed. One can choose the right method because company may not know what to employ. Some experts sitting in IITs or somewhere else, they can tell them, yeah, so and so technique can use by you very well. Then whatever data required, they can really come to ASP basically and use the data, solve the problem, you get the solution back. This is possible. This is first level. Second level of problem, once the users become quite comfortable with this, later expert can go away, users themselves log in, they can solve the problem. Second level we are talking about. The third level of problem we are talking about, now we are talking about fixed users anyway, somebody becomes a member. Later, whole thing is put on the global web, anybody can access and anybody can solve this problem. So this is what we are talking about now. Now, when you really do this problem, what advantage basically we have this? Now, the basic fundamental problem, whatever we have, the expertise may not be in a company, we all know about it. Somebody may not know how to really collect the data, may not know this. Now, system gives all facilities, number 1. Number 2, somebody cannot buy software all the time. It's very difficult to buy software today. Buy a software becomes absolute technology changes. Risk of technology changing, somebody can't absorb. Now, whenever technology changes, we will be able to take technology here and give the same service to the user. This is possible. Now, here, what models will go into the system, what we are currently thinking about. Now, currently, the quality punk deployment is going to be part of the system. Currently, we are thinking about this. Yes, already it has been computerized, already we have this. Now, FMEC already computerized, already is a part of the system, they have been developed. Then the faulty analysis, inventory analysis, the robust design, EVOP, evolution operation, which is primarily for the chemical industries, our quality cost system based on life cycle cost, our quality performance measurement system, and benchmarking systems, and inspection planning system. All the systems will be part of the whole module now. Anybody can access them and anybody can use them later. Now, idea here is that, basic idea is that now where all they can use basically, where all they can use them, not that they have to use all of them. Based upon the requirement, any company use for any purpose. They can really, they want to accumulate data in our own server, it is possible. They keep on transferring data to our own system, we keep on accumulating them and process the data and give the feedback about the processor, this is possible. Our data reduction, analysis, reporting again is possible, they can use it for this. Our real time process control, sometimes this is possible now. They can also go for automatic testing in the inspection, it may be possible. Almost all the set analysis in terms almost whatever we use today can be also computerized, can be also given to them for use. They can also be used for information retrieval or problem solving or quality management technique like whatever I said earlier, or quality cost system. Finally, company also self-assess themselves. Company gives the data to us, the company can really understand where they stand. Today, everyone talks about self-assessment. You have to benchmark against some of the best in the class. Where do you stand? So, all are possible by using this computer. Now, other very important concept here is, after all, it can be also used for the training purposes. This is quite possible. Now, the basic idea of developing software, not only for solving problem industry alone, also for the purpose of teaching people or training people. See, for instance, one can always train on the web system. So, after what happens, any company recruits somebody at level called raw skill level. That's what they do. Okay, somebody. When a guy joins the company, that person becomes dedicated skills. He only comes to know what the company wants. Okay. Now, third level, they also keep on working sometimes. They come to third level called incremental skill level. They come down to. Then the learning takes place. For learning, they have to undergo the problem solving exercises. Now, today there is not very scope for people to actually get involved problem solving. They always come to the web, they really log into our own system, find out given a particular problem, what is the problem, how to solve the problem. When they start learning, they also go to the next level, namely core skill. Now, someone not develop a core skill, certainly it's possible to come to the web and the training process. Then again, if you come to increment your skill, then you come to your innovating. Now, this was basically any company can build a core competence for solving quality management by getting into the web. Yeah. Now, we have this particular system we are talking about. I should talk about some of the technical details. The whole system is currently going to be on using the Microsoft ASP. All the basically going to your ASP. We are talking about it. Currently, entire software currently, the whole ERP software what we have is currently on VB and SQL. Now, therefore, we thought better to go for the Microsoft ASP system. We are currently working on this. Now, we just want to try for maybe about 1 or 2 years to really see how it works. Now, someone will ask me what other techniques. Currently, we are talking HTML currently basically on this. Basically, with HTML, we are going to work on this currently today. Now, today whole technology changing so fast. We know XML is coming in a big way. Java is coming in a big way. Unless we are able to see, because user will be able to really deploy those knowledge. No one going to higher technology. We are currently thinking about develop a smaller model, smaller system. As some people really on temporary basis try to start using them. Once we learn through the own learning, we can always improve them further to a larger system. Our dream is to make the entire system maybe global web. And certainly it's possible. Thank you.